Hi, I'm Molly. Welcome to my channel, and let's start the story. While his unloving wife Laura and disobedient son Gabe argue in another room, retro horror fan Hal plays Cursor, a text-adventure computer game from 1984. Inexplicably, actions described on-screen begin mimicking and then influencing reality. Threatened that he must choose or die. Hal is forced to pick between his wife's ears or his son's tongue. Hal chooses Gabe's tongue, which causes Laura to uncontrollably cut it out. Hal's family becomes both confused and horrified as he successfully completes the game's first level. 3 months later, Kayla acquires a copy of Cursor from her computer programmer friend Isaac, who has an unrequited crush on her. Kayla also struggles to care for her mother Thea, who battles depression since the accidental drowning death of Kayla's little brother Ricky and abuses drugs bought from Lance, a sleazy dealer who routinely humiliates Kayla. After working her regular late shift as an office cleaner, Kayla plays the game at a diner at 2 a.m. Reality transforms around Kayla as the game's curse causes a waitress to chew broken glass. After completing the first level, Kayla suddenly wakes in her bed. She then destroys her analog tape of the game. Kayla tells Isaac what happened. Although he has trouble believing Kayla's story, Isaac promises to investigate where the game came from. While working another late shift, Kayla receives a frantic phone call from her mother. Thea hysterically screams about rats coming out of the walls. A computer monitor in the office building suddenly shows Kayla the game's second level, which crudely depicts Kayla's apartment as a maze. Kayla tries to remotely guide her terrified mother to safety, but Thea ultimately jumps out of a window and ends up in a hospital. Kayla's boss fires her when Kayla smashes the office computer in frustration. Kayla returns to Isaac to tell him what happened. Isaac explains that he couldn't find any information at all about the game online. Kayla concludes she has to continue playing every day at 2 a.m. no matter what. Reality transforms around Kayla and Isaac when the third level boots itself on Isaac's computer at 2 a.m. Kayla follows a ghost of her brother Ricky to a vision of the pool where he drowned. Kayla finds Ricky and Isaac both collapsed on the floor. The game tells Kayla to choose one person to save. Kayla chooses Isaac since her brother isn't real. But the game then forces Kayla to suffocate Ricky with her bare hands. Isaac hacks into a phone line that was linked to a prize promised by the game in 1984 and finds an address. The address leads Kayla and Isaac to an abandoned warehouse where Cursor was created. A videotape shows the game's frazzled creator, Beck, talking about Cursor in preparation for a beta test. Although unable to identify the curse's origin or translate its exact meaning, Beck unlocked the curse by converting its strange symbols regarding fire, water, blood, fear, and pain into 8-bit equivalents contained in a horror game. The symbols could then alter reality and be used to harm another person. Beck demonstrates that the cursor benefits when a cursed person suffers by compelling an unsuspecting test subject to eat his own arm, which in turn heals a self-inflicted wound on Beck's arm. Beck is disturbingly delighted by his discovery. The game suddenly starts level 4. Isaac transforms into a digital entity that vomits videotape until he finally dies. Cursor tells Kayla she now has to fight the game's final boss. The game gives Kayla coordinates that lead her to Hal's house in a forest. Kayla finds Hal with his disfigured wife and son, who are now forced to live as Hal's obedient hostages. Hal explains how he is a nostalgia collector who randomly found the game in an assortment of vintage items from the 1980s. After completing only 2 levels, the game promised to leave Hal's family alone if he made copies, which is how the game made it to Isaac. Hal becomes upset that he is the villain, not the hero, when he learns the game set him up as the final boss for Kayla to defeat. During their subsequent fight, Kayla and Hal discover that injuries to their bodies actually affect the other person. Gabe retrieves a gun. Hal commands his son to shoot him in order to injure Kayla. Gabe fires several times, but Laura takes away the weapon and shoots at Kayla to hurt Hal. Hal wrestles the gun away from his angry wife. Hal tries to shoot himself in the head to kill Kayla, but he finds the gun ran out of bullets. Hal cuts his own throat instead. However, Kayla picks up a stone statue to weigh herself down as she falls into a swimming pool to kill Hal at the same time. Hal ends up drowning through Kayla. Laura rescues Kayla from the pool. Laura and Kayla agree to not tell anyone what really happened. As her prize for winning the game, Kayla gains access to the curse's symbols. Kayla reprograms the game code and uses it to make Lance kill himself. Lance's death helps heal the wounds Kayla suffered in her fight with Hal. Thea also recovers from her fall. Beck, who now runs a prosperous corporation that controls the buildings where Kayla lives and worked, unexpectedly calls Kayla to acknowledge she beat his game. Aware that she now controls the cursed code, Beck asks her who will suffer next. Kayla responds, "Only people who deserve it." I hope you like the story and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to hear more movie stories.